Hi and welcome. It's good to have you here. In today's video, I'm going to be talking more about the relationship with yourself. If you're new to this channel, be sure to like, share and subscribe to help this channel grow and to reach more people. If you're returning, it's good to have you back. So the biggest question would be, what is a relationship with yourself and how comes do we need it? On the surface level, it might sound odd that you need a relationship with yourself. However, take a minute to have a look. If we don't have a relationship with ourselves, that might impact how we relate to other people and how we connect to other people. Having the relationship with ourselves can be described in many different ways. So I'm just going to offer you my interpretation based on the training that I have had experience with, but it doesn't mean to say that it's the ultimate answer. It's really important for you to have your own opinion as well. So by all means, use this information from tonight's video and add to it yourself. I'll be really interested to know your opinion, so comment below. Let's start from the beginning. The relationship with ourselves. How we feel about ourselves is really important, because if you feel negatively about yourself and you aren't in touch with your needs and you dislike yourself, it's a horrible situation to be in, and I really hope that if you are feeling like that you can get the support that you need to help heal that situation. If you dislike yourself, you might see that you find it hard to connect to others, or you might see what you dislike in other people a lot more, and it might put you off having relationships and friendships. You might feel isolated more if you don't have a relationship with yourself. But also, you might not have boundaries with other people. When we don't have a relationship with ourselves, it can feel harder to say no to other people when they put demands on us, for example. It's okay to say no to people sometimes, especially if it is a situation that is unhealthy for us. It's obviously understandable because it's not easy to say no to people. But however, the more you have a relationship with yourself, the more inner strength you have to say to other people, actually, I'm changing how I'm socialising. So you'll be able to communicate your needs in a clear and healthy way when you have a relationship with yourself. Again, it's okay to say no to people when you are changing what you want to do in your life. But actually, do you like yourself? Do you like your personality? Do you love you? Now, I know that's quite a triggering statement to ask or question to ask. And I can hear that some of you may be like, I hate myself, I don't love myself. I hear you and I understand. The angle I'm coming at is we might not like every aspect of our personality. We might not always be the best version of ourselves, but that's okay because nobody is perfect. There is no such thing as perfection or being perfect. So the key element would be to notice what you don't like about yourself, but to accept it as being part of you. The more that we accept ourselves, warts and all, the dark aspects as well as the light, the more that we are able to have an inner strength and make the changes that we want. It's quite a paradox, and it's understandable if you felt the opposite. If you felt, if I dislike myself, then I make changes because it motivates me. But actually, it doesn't. It just makes us focus on the negative parts about ourselves that we dislike, and then we unfortunately feel more negativity towards ourselves. So the key element is to look at what we think is negative about ourselves and go, actually, I don't like that, but it is me and I would like to change it, but I'm going to accept it about myself first. And then you'll notice that more of a changing feeling and energy will come over to you naturally. And you'll notice that you'll gravitate towards change more naturally the more that you accept yourself as you are right now in a moment. To help with that, get clear about who you are and who you want to be ideally. What is your ideal self? How would you like to respond to others? How would you like to feel in the ideal world? That really helps us move towards a clear image in our minds and in our hearts and feelings about what it would feel like to be in our ideal self. The more we know ourselves, the more that we are able to notice when the negative parts of our personalities come forward. For example, we all have a shadow part of our personalities, the bits we don't want to share to other people. The more you build a relationship with yourself, the more you notice what is in your shadow. The more we notice the tendencies from the shadow to come forward, the more we have a choice to respond to it in a way that we want to. So you might feel the energy come forward snap, and you might think, there's my shadow coming forward, for example. Lastly, getting to know yourself and building a relationship with yourself strengthens your inner core. And what I mean by that is that the more you know yourself, the more that you can lean on your personality in times of stress. We call that ego strengthening in the counselling world. So it's really important to have that strength internally that we can lean on when we're getting external stresses that might trigger thought patterns, for example, that might be negative towards yourself. So how do we build a relationship with ourselves? 1, work on your self-awareness. Reflect on how you feel. Reflect on how you think about yourself every day. Check in on how you're feeling. Ask yourself, how am I actually feeling right now today? And allow all your feelings to come up and accept it. It's okay to have feelings, it really is. It's a healthy thing to do, to check in on your feelings. Also, asking others for feedback, people that you love, people that you're close to. It's okay to ask people feedback, to say, how would you describe me? And sometimes we'll hear things that we don't really know that we're being like. We might come across in a way that's unconscious to us, but other people can see it. So that can be quite cathartic, that can be quite beneficial to increase your self-awareness and to build the relationship with yourself. It's been great having you here today. Thanks very much. Be sure to subscribe and I'll see you next time. Thank you.